when you guys presented this opportunity, it was like the clouds were parting and the gates were opening. And
hey guys, I'm Brian.
And I'm Tom.
And we would love to come hunting with you guys.
We actually grew up, and I'll be honest with you, our dads failed us.
Your things are as powerful.
Hey Thomas, I'm the team over at Identical Draw.
I'm Justin.
I'm Dan.
Clayton Chambers here.
I am 27 years old.
And I am interested in learning to hunt.
I am a new hunter.
So we've been shooting, but just at targets. We've never shot at anything living.
I think this experience sounds amazing, obviously.
Just want to say thanks for the opportunity to hopefully come out with you guys.
I'm really excited to be in the second round pick here.
I will fork out the money and go into debt if need be in order to go on this trip.
Be an investment of a lifetime.
Dude, oh my goodness. I cannot believe that. Oh my goodness.
It's late October in Nebraska, and as many whitetail hunters know, it's time to get out hunting. This weekend we have 3 new hunters with us ready to learn the sport we love and chase whitetails through the Nebraska timber.
I'm Chris Dow, I'm 26, from Denver, Colorado. I just kind of get closer to my food and be more impactful in the conservation movement and be, I don't know, a contributing member of that rather than just an advocate. I'm most excited to eat it. That's probably the biggest part. And then most nervous is really just a clean kill is definitely a nervous part.
Clayton Chambers, 36, from Portland, Oregon. I've always had a affinity for the outdoors. I've always liked spending time out there. I grew up fishing and never really had an exposure to hunting, but as I got older and as I experienced the outdoors more and more, I started to kind of pick up a curiosity. And then, as I also got into cooking at the same time, I had a real sense that, getting closer to the food source was a really important thing. And I'd had a little bit of that through fishing, and I really wanted to make sure that, see if I could, expand those horizons a little bit through hunting. And so, I just reached out and really tried to figure out how I could jump into that at 36, which seemed a little bit challenging, but it's good. Honestly, I'm probably most excited for, I think, just figuring out, what deer do during the day, and just, learn as much as I can about, activity, and, more than anything, it's kind of getting that understanding that I can carry through for the rest of my hunting experience. So, probably most nervous, I think, about just walking up on the animal if I am successful. I think I don't know how I'm gonna feel or how I'm gonna react, but I can imagine it'll be pretty emotional. And so I think, just anticipation of that experience is probably what's jittering the nerves. So.
I'm Micah Thornton, I'm 28, and I'm from Livingston, Montana. I grew up around hunting and am familiar with it, but it was only the men in my family that participated, and it wasn't until I moved to Montana that I met women that did it as well. And I just want to have a healthier relationship and more of a connection to my food source, and lead a more sustainable life. I'm really just excited to learn. This is very new. There's a lot to take on, so I'm eager to continue hunting. And I'm really nervous about hurting an animal. I want a clean kill, so.
The first morning we spent with a PowerPoint talking about deer hunting. We covered seasonal patterns, deer behavior, shot placement, blood trailing, about as much hunting and safety info as we could. We also had Matt Ross with the QDMA, now Deer Alliance, hop on Zoom with us to talk conservation, whitetails, tradition, and hunting. As always, Matt was an excellent guest, full of lots of great knowledge.
All right, so have you guys ever shot crossbow? No? Sweet. They're awesome. Biggest thing is to keep your thumbs in any part of your hand behind this guard. Fire and safe is right here. It's on safe right now. It doesn't even let me move it up to fire right now. So we always leave in safe until just the moments before a shot. Got the string back in here, and then this slide goes right in the string. I'm just going to cock it back like this. Keep going. First one, right? Yep, first one, and then that's number 2. Yep, exactly. It's weird, the second one doesn't make a noise. Yeah. Sweet. Heading out. Hunt number 1. I am with Chris and Micah. Tom's over there with Clayton. Let's go. Micah, you almost pulled the trigger on that thing. I want to know about what was going in between the ears during that time.
Well, this doe kept walking out in front of us and was so curious. It was almost like she was waiting to get shot.
Yeah.
But at first I had decided that she was too small and I didn't really want to shoot a fawn, and I knew that we had a whole other day ahead of us and the conditions were just right. And then she came back and she was just right there.
Yeah.
So then I tried to get, the bow all ready and was ready to pull the trigger. And I think that maybe me turning the safety off scared her. And I got a little bit of that buck fever that they're talking about. That's why my heart is beating now.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that I didn't take that shot.
All right, Clayton, number 1, how are you feeling right now? sacred shooting with crossbow went?
You know, it felt familiar enough to where I had some confidence just sitting down with it, and then as soon as the bolts just started hitting relatively close, it felt better and better. So, just a good session to sit down and put a bunch of those on target really helped, I think, put me in the state that I'm in right now, which is relatively calm. Yeah.
Alright everybody, we had a very slow morning, unfortunately. Really surprising that we didn't see more deer, but we're gonna kind of just walk this ridge top and see if we can see anything. Still trying to decide where we should set up for the evening, but the snow's coming down good. Deer aren't moving. We did see a couple turkeys, but hoping that our luck changes. This morning hunt was okay, saw a few deer, but our wind was getting weird in our first spot, so we picked up the blind, moved it to a new spot. That'll be good for this evening too, so we're going to give it another 30 or 40 minutes and hopefully it pays off. This is going to be a really good spot. We've shot a lot of deer in this area, so it's kind of coming down to the wire, but we still got plenty of time. It's going to be perfect deer weather today. From the blind, you can see some coyotes and crows feeding on something over here, so I'm gonna go check it out, but it looks like a buck. Pretty decent one. Wow. Looks like a nice 3-year-old. as we were both dozing off, Chris taps me on the leg, and I look up, and there's just a young buck like 10 yards away. Just popped up on us, came over from my side, so it's my fault. I didn't see him as soon as he popped up. But you slowly brought up your crossbow. I was getting the camera ready. He kind of looked up and just like, he wasn't convinced that something was there, but just enough that he decided to walk back.
Man, I've never had my heart go from just like 0 to 60 so fast. Just when I saw just him start to come over that ridge, it was just, and within like, I don't know, 5 seconds, he was within 10 yards.
Final hunt of this trip. We're set up, ready to roll. It's been snowing all day. It's like 20 degrees. And we're feeling good. This is the last one, so I'm hoping that we can fill a tag. I'm hunting with Micah and Clayton tonight. So we're ready to get this thing rolling. We're in the blind early and hoping they start moving soon.
And we sparked up this great conversation in the blind just about hunting and how it's hard. And as much as you think you know, you're hunting like wild animals that can just do whatever the heck they want. We hunt a lot to have like a little bit of success, and we put a lot of time in, and a lot of our hunts we go home empty-handed, and what is that going to be like for you guys? And sure enough, I just look up and there's a doe working right to us. I'm like, yes.
Wow, that happened fast. Clayton just shot one. We're not sure exactly where the shot hit, but it's about a 30-yard shot. And it sounded good. It looked good from what I could tell. So we're going to give it about 20 minutes and then go see if we can find deer.
This moment of clarity, like I don't know how to describe it. It was kind of like everything just went really quiet and everything was super still, and like it was just right on, right? And like, you know, I felt super confident, and you know, I just let it go, and I knew when I let it go that it only went one place.
Yeah.
Right. And it felt really good. Like I didn't know what it was gonna feel like to let that first arrow or, you know, whatever fly, and just, you know, in that moment, I thought it was gonna be the shakes and kind of just total nervousness, and I'm sure it's different for everybody. But fortunately for me, it was just pure calm. Turned that corner and, you know, laid eyes on her. It was just a huge sense of relief.
Yep. I mean, you made a perfect shot, which is awesome. I mean, we, after cleaning her up and stuff, there's literally broadhead marks through the heart. So, I mean, it doesn't get faster than that.
It's a game of patience, it seems like. It's pretty cold, but I think it's worth it just to kind of be in the woods. I think just kind of making the leap and actually going out and sitting in the woods is the biggest first step. And then I think it does really help to find a friend, even if they're brand new at it too, but just getting out with a buddy is, I think, another good way to make that final step and just get into the woods. Buy hand warmers before you go out, and you should be good.
Probably what I learned the most is that, you know, it's equal parts knowledge and experience and luck, honestly, right? I mean, we're out here with two guys who really know what they're doing, and you got to meet that with the luck, right? So, you know, I think a lot of it's probably making your own luck, knowing what you're doing, and then just hoping everything comes together. Advice for new hunters would probably be, first and foremost, just be curious, you know, always want to learn. And I think what goes with that is probably having some patience as you learn, right? Because you know, there's a lot of stuff you probably pick up every single time you go out, and all that kind of builds just towards your experience. And you know, the first couple times aren't going to be successful more than likely, but those are great times to learn and just build on that knowledge. So, you know, despite the weather, it's been a good experience. Honestly, it's what I came for, which is just pick up some pieces of knowledge and hopefully take that back and apply it. So,
Hold on. I just wanted to spit my gum out. It was just gum.
Think about it. Be on the outtakes. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. What did I think of whitetail hunting? I'm actually surprised by how much I've enjoyed it. As long as you've got a space heater in that blind, I could have sat and just watched all day. And today we didn't see as many deer as we did yesterday, but I did see some coyotes, which was cool, and lots of wildlife. It's really beautiful. Warm boots. I think that is key. And just being really, really patient. There are a lot of variables. Even when the conditions seem perfect, you might not have any luck, so it's definitely a game of patience.